New research indicates that cell phones could have some impact on erectile dysfunction. This is according to a preliminary study that was actually funded by cell phone companies, and then later the findings of that study were somehow reversed. I don't know. But Natural News reports that when it comes to erectile dysfunction, numerous studies have shown that cell phone radiation leads to human sperm death and damage and decreased fertility. Now what they did is they looked at 20 consecutive men, and they were complaining about erectile dysfunction for at least 6 months. That was group A. And then of course they need a control group, so they had 10 healthy men with no complaints of erectile dysfunction, group B. Now when it comes to those who were complaining about erectile dysfunction, apparently they had more exposure to the cell phone switched on than those who did not complain of erectile dysfunction. So those who did have the issues had the phone around that area for about 4.4 hours a day. The other group, 1.8 hours. So they're seeing a correlation there, but again, this is just a preliminary study. They need to do more research to see if there's actual causation.
Remind me not to put my cell phone near my scrotum, huh?
Yeah. Or just go to bed early and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. So, I used to think that these were conspiracy theories about the cell phones, because the first two things that I heard about cell phones is, don't talk on a cell phone at a gas station, it'll blow up. I was like, really? I think I might have seen a couple of that in the news if that had happened. Like, somebody talks on the cell phone and the gas station explodes.
I've never seen a gas station explode.
Yeah, let alone because somebody was on the phone.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, it would have been tough to miss, but okay, I understand your theory. And then, of course, there's the famous, if you're on a plane and you talk on a cell phone, obviously it'll crash. Okay, except there aren't that many crashes related to cell phones that we've heard of. So, but it turns out on the cancer issue and perhaps on this issue, it makes, and look, if you think about it, there's some logic to it, right? The cell phone is receiving emissions, and believe me, I'm no scientist, Jim. I'm a talk show host, right?
Yeah.
And so could that affect your body in some ways? Sure it could.
It's possible, but as you say, this is preliminary. The next step is, so they found the link that the guys who have the ED are likely to hold their cell phone on their body for about twice as long. But this can be disproven by just showing what else is correlated with having your cell phone on your body. So are the sort of guys who are likely to carry around their phones all day also likely to engage in something else that might cause it? It's not impossible to imagine that that's true.
No, it's not impossible to imagine, but I should note that they controlled for a number of different factors, including age, weight, height, smoking, total testosterone, exposure to other sources known for radiation. So they did look at a number of control, or they had a number of controls, so that's good. But I do want to see more studies into this. And again, I think the scariest part about cell phones is it's a relatively new technology,
right,
so we don't know anything yet. I think it's going to take a few decades for the science to kind of catch up with the new technology and let us know what it's doing. Is it frying our brains? Are we going to get tumors? That's all really important information.
Yeah, and to be fair, Motorola did a study that showed that if you have a cell phone in your pocket, your penis is likely to be 3 inches longer.
From tumors. I do want to give credit to J.R. Jackson. We were talking about, like a year ago, I think, about how in Japan they're not as interested in sex, and he said that it's because of the devices like cell phones that zap you. And so maybe he's right. Okay, the research is in. But I don't know. I feel like they've got something when they say that it leads to cancer or something. I understand if you keep it in your body, you keep it in your brain or something, but I feel like nobody listens to that. And so the next step is to say it breaks your dick. And that's when people will finally pay attention and do something about their cell phone habits.
And then, of course, I read this story and I think, don't have my cell phone on me.